Affordable housing is one of the leading topics in the real estate industry and politics. That's why the motto of Real Estate Industry Day in Berlin is cooperation, not competition. The 2,000 participants reach a clear conclusion: the housing shortage can only be solved if all participants cooperate. Politics hold the key, and we, as the umbrella organisation of the real estate industry, are trying to have an impact on politics nationwide so that we can build even faster, cheaper and better. That's why politicians would like to implement their ideas for new building land and also for better infrastructure. We've now launched an initiative to connect and promote business parks, schools and hospitals even faster. That is, to provide basic services, and above all else, to successfully take the pressure off the cities, and then of course make rural areas attractive. Experts from the industry are also calling for people to learn from past mistakes and to develop solutions where everyone in society can play their part. In fact, to some extent, it's a policy failure to earmark too little building land. It's also a failure on behalf of some companies not to enter the housing market more aggressively, as property developers and for projects. And maybe it should be made a bit clearer to the public at large that building land has to be built upon. Cooperation, not competition, for more new buildings. But until they're ready, rent control, rent caps or expropriation are around to regulate rents in the short term. But of course, it's a dangerous signal for investors when there's the worry that a newly built apartment will become a rental one at some stage, and then the rent gets capped. When will it be capped? And a lot of investors have worries like those. It means that more condominiums can be built. They don't end up in the rented housing market. So regulating markets is always dangerous, because companies then become segments that are currently less regulated, if at all. Germany needs the investors for new buildings, because the plan is for more living space to expand long-term supply and make housing affordable. For this, politics wants to work closely with the real estate industry. What we want from them, of course, is continued cooperation. The housing sector is one of the major branches of industry we have de facto. I can understand the insecurities. We must welcome healthy, community-oriented self-restraint in the industry. Our expectation as politicians is that they should continue their efforts for fair, social cooperation in the city and in the countryside. That is, they should invest. After the European elections, the issue of environmental protection is moving even more into focus. With a share of 40% in CO2 emissions, the real estate industry is playing a key role in achieving the climate goals. If we have almost climate-neutral buildings by 2050, then we'd have to begin with new housing starts and ambitious climate protection goals. They cost more than without these ambitious goals, no question, but they're not the cause of these cost explosions which we currently have. The building land prices are certainly far more decisive there, or even the general cost increases in construction. I think people can build in a climate-friendly way, and it doesn't have to be more expensive. I believe we've far from exhausted all our possibilities regarding construction materials, cradle-to-cradle or other forms of insulation that are sustainable. And I'm trusting in innovative strength, not just in the real estate industry, but also where our partners in research and the craft trade are concerned. Shared solutions to the challenges of our time, innovation, digitization, environmental protection and affordable rents are due to be discussed further at EXPO Real 2019.